So you got the Super Gremlin beat, and you're supposed to hook up with Kodak Black.
Yeah.
There's a whole story behind this too.
Yeah, like, Kodak was like, he gonna pull up on me. I had the studio, so he ain't pull up all night, and it was like 4:30 in the morning, 5-ish. So I'm the last one in the studio. I'm like, I'm probably finna go home.
Right. And you've been waiting like, what, 8 hours by this point?
Yeah. So I'm on the way home. He called me like, I'm 5 minutes away. Tell my driver, turn around. He flying back. I'm in the studio like I never left. So then we go through beats and chose that one.
Okay. Well, didn't you play him the beat on accident?
Yeah, I was skipping it.
Yeah.
It was like, dun, 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 dun. We could have been superstar next. And he was like, go back. And he started writing instantly. That's crazy.
Okay. And he actually recorded right there in the studio?
Yeah.
Whole thing?
Yeah, well, most of the songs. Like, I knew the perk was fake, but I still ate it because I'm a gremlin. He stopped right there. He was like, bro, I'm going to finish this tomorrow. He was just smiling.
That was quite a line right there. I knew the perk was fake, but I still ate it because I'm a gremlin.
When he said that, I was like, man, this nigga wildin'.
Yeah. So he did most of it that night, and then he finished it off later?
Yeah.
And he sent it to you?
He did.
He just kept it?
Because he dropped it like literally like 2 weeks later. Probably a week later.
Oh, so when he dropped it, you hadn't actually heard the whole version?
I heard it. He played it. He put up on Me and Future and played it.
Aha.
Yeah.
Okay, when you heard it, what'd you think?
I'm like, man, this thing. When we first did it, I was like, it's cool. And like later,
So you didn't think it was going to be what it...
I didn't think it was going to be that, but I knew it was going to be a good song. Like, it's definitely a good song, undoubtedly. Okay. But I just didn't, you just don't expect it to do what it did. I don't think nobody expected a hit song to do what it do.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to a lot of producers about this. Some people say, oh, I knew this was going to be a hit. Most people say, I had no idea. You know what I mean? But when it comes out, I felt like it just kind of just took off right away.
Yeah, instantly.
Yeah.
Like millions it was like crazy. Like I think 10 million first week.
And it went number one?
It didn't. It went number 2.
2. Okay. And this became one of Kodak's biggest songs.
Yeah, his top 3.
Top 3.
Biggest songs ever.
But wasn't he mad that he didn't win an award at the BET Awards over that song?
Yeah, you seen it. The boy was pissed.
Yeah, I mean, I can see an argument for it. It was a huge song.
Definitely. It's just, you think that the BET Awards, you think they'll go off of numbers. So I'm thinking they going off of numbers. I'm like, I got to win this year. If it's all based off of like 2022, we got to win.
These award shows ain't coming off of
even if that ain't win, I knew Wait For You was going to win. It was I just thought, and I was like, none of that ain't win? That's crazy.
Okay, and at that point, was that your biggest song ever?
Yeah.
So how did that feel to have a song of that stature?
That made me feel like I need another one. Yeah, not like I want to chase it. More like it's just going to come.
Okay, didn't Lil Baby pass on that beat?
Yeah, he did.
What's kind of ironic, though? I don't know if Baby going to get mad at me for saying this, but Lil Baby's Detox is kind of a similar beat.
Detox. I got to listen to that one.
I'm going to play it for you real quick.
Yeah.
But I just played you Detox. But can you see kind of the similarity with like the kids' voices? Kind of like, it's almost seemed like you kind of set a vibe with Super Gremlin that other producers started to kind of hop on.
That's facts. That's why I'm trying to get on. Like, even with Wait For You, like, man, the unreleased shit I've been hearing, I be looking at the rappers like, y'all don't get these beats for these niggas. Y'all ain't gonna get it from the original. Like, that's crazy.
Right. Like I said, it's kind of ironic that Baby passed on the Super Gremlin beat only to do a beat that's kind of similar for a song that did well as well.
I mean, but you got to think about it because Super Gremlin, that Baby was the first one I thought about. So it's like, it's just that vibe.
Yeah.
So Lil Baby, man. It's like, so whoever made that beat, they probably like, oh yeah, this Baby vibe for sure. But I feel like, folks been sampling, but I think that the way that I sampled that, I did set a tone for the industry.
Right.
That everybody just hopped on way. But that's just how it go. That when you doing something right.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I mean, at the end of the day, that's the whole thing with art is that you put shit out for other people to be influenced by it. You can't get mad and say, "Oh, he copied me." Now, like, people have been influenced by me and do similar shit, and I think it's dope when that happens. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you kind of create a vibe with that kind of kids singing kind of vibe, slightly sped up, but not super sped up. Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, it was its own kind of thing artistically.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Tell me about your Maserati.
My Maserati?
They said that you bring it up all the time, man. I
bring it. Yeah, man. What it was
they said Dirk seen you in the Maserati.
Dirk seen me in my Maserati. Yeah, I remember someone actually made a compilation of every time I mentioned my Maserati. Now, what it was when I first moved to LA, I remember when me and Swizz Beats were talking, and I was like, I'd never had an exotic car before, and he was like, "Yo, you should." And I'm like, I'm thinking about getting this drop top red Maserati with a peanut butter interior. He's like, "Oh no, you need to get that shit in LA. Like LA really, like you could drop the top all year, blah, blah, blah." So when I got it, it was my first exotic car. So I was just so happy that I finally got to this point in my life of having, you know what I mean? Because I've had Benzes and BMs and everything else like that, but this was my first exotic. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I was just so happy that I got to that point in my life. So yeah, I just blurt it out every so often. That's my Maserati story. There's a picture of me and Lil Durk leaning up against it somewhere.
Oh, y'all took pictures on it?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, now, that same year that you did Super Gremlin last year, that's when you worked on Donda?
Yeah, right after that, I was working on Donda.
Okay, so how did that whole thing come together?
Future put me, Future, and Kanye in the group text. Just mapping shit out to link up and just work. And, shit. It was like literally like the day after Christmas. The day after Christmas, I flew to LA.
Okay.
December 26th.
So you guys were in the studio together?
Yeah. So
it was you, Kanye, Future?
Nah, just me and Kanye first.
Just you and Kanye by yourselves?
Yeah.
Okay, and what song was it?
That's when we did Keep It Burning.
Aha.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was it like to be in the studio with Kanye, working with him?
I mean, it was just like, just a vibe, like just a creative vibe. You just see how somebody creates who've been creating since before you was born. So it's like successfully creating before you was born.
Yeah, because Kanye really started out as a producer.
Yeah.
The rapping thing came later. Really, what everyone knew him for years and years and years was the production. I mean, still he's the producer, but that's really kind of his first thing. Mm-hmm. But was there anything that you kind of learned from those sessions, being with Kanye?
He just really made me think more outside of the box.
How so?
Like everything ain't gotta, like, he made me look at music like how to make it sound the least generic as possible. And it's like, now, like, all my new stuff, like, it's crazy. That's what I'm on.
Dope. So then 2022 rolls around. Future, I Never Liked You album. Why that name? Do you have any idea? Do you actually tell you why he called it that?
I think it was a last minute thing. I don't know though.
Okay. And you produced half the songs on that album?
Yeah. 9.
Album goes to number 1.
Yeah, we knew that.
You knew that. How many Future number 1s are there? There's a nice handful of them.
Albums?
Yeah, albums.
Oh, albums. He got a lot of more albums.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But here you are, half the songs, number 1 album, and Wait For You is the single.
Yeah.
Now, tell me how that came together.
So, I had just, went through a breakup. So I'm listening to Tim's Higher all the time, like the acoustic version though, like all the time, like probably on repeat, like 8, 9 times in a row. Like,
so you're just depressed, like listening to the song over and over again?
I ain't gonna say depressed, but it was just the vibe, like, like, Cause I was still in work mode. Like a breakup, that just made me want to work for real. Like, so I can't even say depressed. You know, when you're depressed, you don't want to do nothing. You can't even eat or sleep.
I mean, breakups are hard though, man. I mean, I've gone through them. I mean, it's not necessarily depression, but you're definitely in a different mind state going through it.
You know what made me go through a breakup quicker? Like good, easier?
How's that?
I always got this thing in my head, like, man, a bitch gonna do what a bitch gonna do. Like, you know, so it's like, yeah, it's unfortunate that y'all can't be together, but it's like, man, if she gonna go fuck all these niggas, man, that's what it is. Like,
Is that what happened?
now I'm just saying in general, like with women, you know, that's what women tend to do. Cause their emotions. Sometimes they even blame you. They be like, "It's your fault I did this with my coochie."
Of course, man. Women go always have a way to frame things. But I remember the academics interview. Aren't you into like polygamy?
I ain't gonna. It's not just like a polygamy thing, like where I gotta have like multiple bitches. It's just more of I'm just into vibes, you know, like if I feel like it is one that's just enough for me, then that's what it's gonna be. But if I feel like, you know, this one she just come with a lot, but I still like her, like I'm still gonna, you know, have my other one too, just in case. Not more of a just in case thing, more of a just a I'm just vibing thing. Like even if they can get to know each other and all, like I ain't tripping if you feel like it's disrespectful that I shouldn't have other girls or you should know about them. Like, trust me, you'll never know about them if I don't want you to.
So you have multiple girls that you would date who actually know each other and would interact with each other.
Yeah.
I've never had that. I have never done that.
That's like a if I have to thing though. Like, you know, cause it's not like a man, I just gotta fuck bitches and have all these hoes. It's just like it's just a vibing thing. Like, shit, like them two girls might make up the perfect girl. Or this one girl might still be enough though. It just depends on the girl.
No, listen, man, look, I feel you. Like, throughout the course of my life, the one thing that I found is that it's usually better to just be honest with women that you're dealing with.
Definitely.
If you're telling her, listen, I'm dealing with you, but I have more of a serious relationship with someone else, and I want you to know that from step one. I was always surprised how many women were like, all right, cool. No problem.
Fact. Nah, that's facts though. Honesty definitely the best thing ever, but like I'm 23. I'm a multi-millionaire. It's like,
right.
Let's be honest.
Yep. Weren't you like a big fan of Kevin Samuels?
Nah, not a big fan. It's just like certain stuff like where I'd be like, oh yeah, he's saying some real shit.
Yeah, I interviewed him before he passed.
For real? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was funny how many women were happy when he died. Were like celebrating his death. It was like I've never really seen that before. Like you happy this man is dead? Like you didn't even know him. Like you know what I'm saying? Like how could you be this happy over a death?
That man
over a stranger.
Like I understand where women emotions come from with that, because like you on live with this man, he talking to you like, if you don't shut your fat ass up and let me talk, like he saying that to these women. It's like, see me, I love women and I like really respect women. Like,
yeah.
So like when I hear that, I be like, damn, he wild, and like I get what he trying to say, but he ain't gotta talk to her like that. But that's just inside things, you know, that I just think